it's Reagan, and today I'm here to bring you a recommendations video. I asked you guys in my most recent Q&A if you'd be interested in a Ravenclaw recommendations video, and a lot of you guys said yes, which I was really excited about because I really wanted to make this video. If you're not familiar with this concept, I'm essentially today going to be recommending books based on kind of the traits and the personalities of the Ravenclaw House. Personally, I am a Ravenclaw, and I've been seeing a lot of these Hogwarts house recommendation videos around YouTube, and I've been wanting to make one for months because I just think they're so much fun, and I thought I'd start with Ravenclaw because I am personally a Ravenclaw, but yeah, I'm really excited to make this. So let's just jump in. So the first book I'm going to recommend for your Ravenclaw at heart is The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. This is actually a non-fiction story following kind of a dual story. It basically follows a reporter who's looking to uncover the secret history or just the history of Hemlock cells. And these cells were harvested from a patient named Henrietta Lacks without consent or permission. However, they have been used in science since their discovery, been used to help, research and cure diseases. It really does kind of look at the moral conundrums of science and consent, as well as looking at medicine and class within the American social structure. To me, it was an incredibly interesting novel. It really has a scientific perspective, but it has a journalistic kind of human element as well, and I really enjoyed this story. It's recently turned into an HBO special, I want to say, with Oprah, and I really like the book. I'm looking forward to see that, and I feel like with this kind of scientific, kind of journalistic discovery aspect of this nonfiction novel, I really feel like as a Ravenclaw you'd really like it, or just as a human. The next book I'm going to recommend is Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. This is a YA fantasy novel centering as a dual perspective story. One of our main characters' name is Laszlo Strange, and his whole life has been like a library assistant. He has been living in a library, pulling novels for essentially scholars, but he himself is actually a scholar of a very strange city that has disappeared, called the city of Weep, and he has been basically dedicating his whole life to scholarly pursuits of discovering what happened to the city. And when an envoy comes in one day to basically get the most renowned individuals in whatever field to the city to basically solve its plight, Laszlo joins the train. This novel is so beautifully written, but also has a heavy element of like scholar and research and just like reading in general. It also has heavy elements of history and discovery, which personally is one of the reasons why I loved it so much, which really makes me feel like Ravenclaws would also enjoy it as well. Next book I have is another kind of scholarly centered story, and that is The Unseen World. This is an adult literary fiction novel following a main character kind of as she's a child and an adult. Our main character, Ada, is a peculiar child, and she has been raised and homeschooled by her very smart, but very eccentric computer science professor father her whole life. Ada herself is very smart, to say the least, and she kind of grapples with the fact that she's not really one to fit in with people her own age, and kind of seeing her interact with, the social norms around her is kind of entertaining. But we also follow Ada as she grows up and tries to uncover some areas of her father's secrets. This novel also deals heavily with like computer intelligence and computer engineering and mysteries with like computer language. It's super interesting, and again has a very heavy academic and university setting, which is always one of my favorite settings to read from. If Ada's not in a library, she's at a university, or she's at an office, or she's in her room studying. It's a great novel. It has a very heavy nostalgic, family-centered drama feeling to it, and I really love this book. I tend to recommend it a lot because it's awesome. This book I'm going to recommend is the Giver series by Lois Lowry. Now this is one of my favorite childhood series ever. It's a quartet, and it is a story that follows 4 different distinct characters within this unique universe. I feel like a lot of people have heard of The Giver. This is a world where colors and feelings don't really exist. It's kind of a utopian, dystopian style of a story, and our main character, The Giver, is, responsible for receiving all of the memories of the before, which makes him no longer fit in within his society. A lot of people have read this book, but the rest of the series is also exceptional. It really delves into a lot of different like societies and where the world can end up and how people are connected. It's a really beautiful story. Gathering Blue and I would say Sun are my favorites within this as well. Really incredible story that makes you think and ponder the world around you, and I just loved it so much. I also, on the same vein, want to recommend The Wrinkle of Time Quartet, another quartet. This is definitely one that's centered around space and physics and the questions of the universe. It follows young children as they go to save their their physicist father and they kind of venture into another world. There's always concepts of space and science a part of this narrative story, and it's actually going to become a movie soon with an incredible lineup of actors and actresses. I'm incredibly excited to see it, but if you haven't read it, I would really recommend it. As a middle grade story, it'll make you think, alright? Sometimes I'm like, wait, what? Next book I'm going to recommend is Lexicon. Now this book is super great. It is a thriller, kind of like superhero book, but the thing is, the source of power within this book is words. Certain things written, certain things spoken. Words are the epicenter of power within this world, and they can be violent, and it is insane. It takes having a large vocabulary to another level. This book will really keep you on the edge of your seat, will really mess with your mind, and obviously it's centered around the idea of words have power literally. Is quite interesting, and I really feel like the Ravenclaw at heart would really enjoy this, as it really takes reading to a whole new level. Hey guys, those are my Ravenclaw book recommendations. Let me know down below if you're interested in me making this for any other Hogwarts house. I had a lot of fun making this. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon with another video soon. Goodbye!